Hello everyone and welcome to my channel SS Physics Point. So today we are discussing about the chapter current electricity. Before that we have studied already electrostatic. What we have studied? Electrostatic. But in this chapter we are going to study about current. So first what it means current. What electrostatic means? What electrostatic means? The study of charge at rest. Before that what we have studied? The charge at rest. But in this chapter we will study about the charge will be in motion. So first of all, first know what does it means current electricity. Current electricity means it is the branch of physics which deals with the study of charge in motion. In motion. Write down first. Write current electricity. Then after that, write down that the what is its meaning. So its meaning is the charge in motion. So the very first term we are going to learn about current. What current? What is current? So current it is denoted by I. So what it means? Current means the rate of flow of charge. What it means? It means rate of flow of charge. So current is defined as the rate of flow of charge. At what rate the charge flows, that is called as current. That is called as current. So you know about charge. Types of charge. Charges are of two types. One is positive charge, another one is negative charge. We have already discussed in electrostatic. हम लोग ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं पॉजिटिव चार्ज क्या है, नेगेटिव चार्ज क्या है. पॉजिटिव चार्ज मतलब if there is lack of electron, if one body is there and if there is lack of electron or deficiency of electron, that is called to be a positive charge. And what do we mean by negative charge? If there is excess of electron, if there is excess of electron, that is called to be negative charge. Negative charge means there are more number of electrons. So at what rate this positive charge or negative charge flows, that is called current. So I will explain it how current is decided by the rate. Suppose there are two persons, one is Chinky, suppose Chinky and Minky. I have to apply 5 coulomb of charge for both the person. I am applying 5 coulomb of charge for both the person. So if I am to apply 5 coulomb for this Chinky, also 5 coulomb for Minky, then how much current? Just the difference I am taking is here I am taking the time for Chinky will be 2 hours. Suppose I am for this person I am taking time 0.01 second. So see here what will be the current in the both case. The current will be different in the both case because here the rate is very high. Here see the time is very less. As the time is very less, the current here will be high. So how much current here? I equals to how much it will be? 5 divided by 2 into 60 into 60. 60 stands for 60 minutes and 60 stands for 60 seconds. So how much it will be? Nearly 0.002 ampere. See, current is very less for Chinky. For Minky, how much current it will be? I equals to 5 divided by time 0.01. That will be 500 ampere. So the current for Minky will be higher as the rate of flow of charge is very high. I am applying the same 5 coulomb charge for both person, but here what happens? The time period is less, therefore the current is high. Next, I will write the formula of current. So rate of flow of charge. So you can write current as I equals to Q upon T, charge by time. Q by T. Here also remember one more formula, I average and I instantaneous. So I average current, एक होता है average current. So average current का formula क्या है? Del Q by delta t. That can be written as q2 minus q1 divided by t2 minus t1. So I average का formula, what is the formula for I average? That is equals to del q by delta t, which equals to q2 minus q1 divided by t2 minus t1. So और एक आता है I instantaneous. Its formula is dq by dt. So what is the difference between I average and I instantaneous? I average and I instantaneous के बीच में क्या difference है? What is the difference between I average and I instantaneous? If there is a conductor, suppose it is a conductor and charge is flowing through it. So where will take current? You should take any cross-sectional area. Let us consider any cross-sectional area through the conductor. Then the charges are flowing through this cross-sectional area. The rate at which charges flow, that will be called as current. But what is the difference I average and I instantaneous? I average means the charges are flowing from t. Suppose I am taking for time interval, 2 time intervals. Suppose t equals to 1 second to t equals to 5 second. आप देख रहे हो चार्ज आ रहा है, तो आप देख रहे हो ना, ऐसे देख रहे हो कितने टाइम से, 1 सेकंड से 5 सेकंड तक, दोनों के बीच में कितना चार्ज इधर से जा रहा है. The amount of charge flowing through this cross sectional area from t equals to 1 second to t equals to 5 second, that is called as what? Average current. But I instantaneous means the current at a particular time. Suppose I want to check the same current at t equals to suppose 2 second. If someone asks you calculate the current through this conductor at t equals to 2 second, that is known to be instantaneous current. The current flowing through the conductor at a particular time, that is called as instantaneous current. And I average means for a time interval, 1 से लेकर कितने टाइम पर 5 सेकंड तक कितना करंट जा रहा है इधर इस क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया में, that is called as I average current. So we will do some numericals, then we will come to more you will get more clarification on about this. So first pause the screen and write the formula. So they will ask some questions on the last formula. If q is a function of time, suppose q equals to q of t. Q is a function of time as 4t square minus 2t plus 1. Calculate the current. First we will check two current, average current as well as instantaneous current. Calculate the average current for t equals to 0 to t equals to 3 second. Also calculate current at t equals to 3 second. See the difference. You can find the difference. Average current between t equals to 0 to 3 second, and again current at t equals to 3 second. This is the instantaneous current, and this is known to be what? Average current. So to calculate that current, you know that formula I equals to I average formula. What is that formula? Delta Q upon delta T. That can be written as Q2 minus Q1 by T2 minus Q1. Just before we studied. So write Q2. Q2 matlab here T2 is how much? 3 second, and T1 is 0 second. So find the charge. How much charge is there at t equals to 3 second? Then find the charge at t equals to 0 second. 3 सेकंड में कितना चार्ज आ रहा है? 0 सेकेंड में कितना चार्ज जा रहा है उसको हम लोग पहले निकालेंगे, उसके बाद जस्ट राइट द फॉर्मूला, जस्ट राइट द वैल्यूज हियर. So we'll find q at 3 second, q at 3 second minus q at 0 second, 3 minus 0. So calculate q3, q at t equals to 3 second, just put the value of t here. 4 into 3 square minus 2 into 3 plus 1. So how much it will be? 4 to the 4 9 the 36 minus 6 plus 1. How much this will be? 31. How much? 4 to the 8. 80 minus 2. The derivative of 1 is 0. The derivative of a constant quantity is 0. And if the power is n, then just take x to the power n, derivative is n into x to the power n minus 1. Using this formula, I am getting 80 minus 2. So how much at I at t equals to 3 second? How much it will be? 8 into 3 minus 2. So how much it will be? 8 3 is 24 minus the difference between I instantaneous and I average. They will ask some questions about this formula. This is very important. I equals to dq by dt. Remember this formula. There also they can ask the charge. Calculate the amount of charge flowing between the time interval. The same question can be asked. Just pause the screen and take the note of this one. If they are asking if I is a function of suppose 3t square minus 2t, 3t square minus 2t, calculate the charge, between t equals to 0 to t equals to 2 second. Same question, how you can solve this by your own. I am not going to solve here, you can solve. Just take, how you will find I? Just look at that formula, look this formula. How much that charge? We know that formula, I equals to dq by dt. Therefore, we can write dq equals to I dt. Take the integration, then total charge q equals to integration I dt. This is one more important formula, just remember this one. Q charge equals to I dt integration. If they are giving the time interval, take the integration from 0 to 2 seconds. Just take the integration of this one, then you will get the value of current. This is for you, you can solve in your home. I equals to, so I am writing just q equals to integration 0 to 2 3t square minus 2t into dt. You can solve this one. Just take the integration. अब लोगों को क्या करना है? इंटीग्रेशन लेना है. अगर आपको क्या दिया गया है? Current दे, if current is given and you want to find the charge, then just take the integration. If charge is given and you want to get current, then take the derivative. Next one is about current. Some properties, just make a note of this one, and I am going to tell the unit and dimension of current. So what is the unit? Note down it. Unit of current. What is the unit of current? Unit of current, SI unit, ampere. What is ampere? It is denoted by A, or we can say coulomb per second. Charge per time, that is can be written as coulomb per second or ampere in SI system. What will be the formula in CG system? What is the formula of CG system? CG system is stat ampere. Stat ampere. So what is the relation between ampere and stat ampere? 1 ampere equals to 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat ampere. As you know, 1 coulomb equals to how much? 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat ampere. So 1 ampere equals to 3 into 10 to the power 9 start ampere. 1 coulomb equals to how much? You know 1 coulomb equals to 3 into 10 to the power 9 start coulomb. Therefore, this 1 ampere will be 3 into 10 to the power 9 start ampere. In which system? This is in CGS system. Start ampere is the unit of current in CGS system, and you all know current is a fundamental quantity, therefore its dimension will be A. Its dimension is A. What is the dimension of current? That is A or ampere. Then one more note, this was the first point, then second, these all are going to help you to solve some numericals which they will ask in your board exam as well as also in JEE also they are asking some numericals like this one NEET also. So next one is one more, what is the current is a which quantity? Current is a scalar quantity. Current is a scalar quantity. Current is a scalar quantity. Why you are telling that current is a scalar quantity? It has direction. करंट का डायरेक्शन है फिर भी उसको क्या बोलते हैं? स्केलर क्वांटिटी. Why it is called as a scalar quantity? It has direction. You know the direction of current. What is the direction of current? The direction of current is opposite to the flow of electron. Opposite to the flow of electron. अगर एक कंडक्टर है, if it is a conductor and the electrons are flowing in this direction, then the current will be in this direction. This is called as the conventional direction of current. Conventional direction of current opposite to the flow of electron. And again you can say also, if positive charges are moving, it is the along the direction of positive charge. The direction of current is along the direction of positive charge. This is the difference. If electron is moving, it is opposite to the direction of electron, and if positrons are moving, then it is along the direction of positive charges. This is the direction. But still then, now it is called as also scalar quantity. It has direction. जब भी हम लोग सर्किट बनाते हैं, we are drawing circuit, and when we are drawing, we are indicating current with a arrow mark. But still then, it is a scalar quantity. Why? Why it is a scalar quantity? The main reason is that it does not obey the law of vector addition. Vector addition law को ये follow नहीं करता है. कौन? Current will not obey the law of vector addition. For this reason only it is called as a scalar quantity. How? If here 3 ampere current flows in this direction and 4 ampere current flows in this direction, and the angle between them is 90 degree, then the current here, how much current will flow in this direction? That is equals to 7 ampere. How much current कितना जाएगा इधर? 7 एम्पियर. 3 ये 4 दोनों को मिला लो, कितना आ जाएगा? 7 मिल जाएगा. You can't take the vector addition here. In vector, if you take the vector addition, these two vectors are at 90 degree. So you can't take like this 3 square plus 4 square root over, that is equals to 5. This is totally wrong. This cannot be followed in this case, that is in the current case. It is the simply summation of 3 ampere plus 4 ampere, that is equals to how much? 7 ampere. Just take simply summation of 3 ampere and 4 ampere. You can't take the vector addition. That's why it is called as a scalar quantity. Just make down the points what I am telling. In note you can write these points. One more note, that is the formula again. You know, I equals to formula of current equals to Q upon T. From electrostatic we know Q equals to Ne. This is quantization of charge. What is? It is quantization of charge. This is one more property of charge. That is quantization of charge. So how if we put here I equals to NE by T, remember this formula. This is going to help you to find out the number of electrons. You can find the number of electrons in this case. If current is given and they are asking if charge is given, you can find also from this relation, you can find a number. So few questions are there in your book, you can solve. Next one is one more formula. If there is an electron revolving around a nucleus with a speed of v of radius r. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है वो न्यूक्लियस के चारों तरफ घूम रहा है, सर्कल में घूम रहा है with a speed v. Then find the amount of current also. Here this is one more question also. You can find or you can calculate the current here. How much current is produced here? If an electron is revolving around the nucleus of an atom, so how much current you can find? You know this is moving with a speed of v. So speed can be written as distance upon time. So how much distance it will complete for a total? It is equals to 2 pi r. So how much if the time period of electron is t? Then the speed equals to 2 pi r by t. So we can find the value of t here. So how much t? T equals to 1 by t equals to v by 2 pi r. Just put the formula here. Replace 1 by t with this. Then how much it will be? I equals to ev by 2 pi r. Q equals to charge of an electron. You know E, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So this is the value of Q and this is 1 by t. Thus this will be a formula. This is very important formula. You can remember, they can ask current if an electron is moving with a speed of v in a circle of radius. Hydrogen atom का भी ले लो. If hydrogen atom, you know in a hydrogen atom there is one electron, then you can calculate the current produced by this. Also one more formula. You know 1 by t. 1 by t you know equals to frequency. It is denoted by frequency. What you call? It is called as frequency. 1 by t equals to frequency. So if I put this here, so how much current it will be? I equals to E into mu. How much? I equals to E into mu. Just like frequency, you can write frequency as mu or frequency. Frequency can be written as mu f. Your answer is you write any symbol. So frequency into mu. So current equals to E into frequency. Then one more term we are going to study about, that is drift velocity. What? Next one is drift velocity. Just pause the screen and make a note of this formula. These are really going to help you to solve the numericals of 12th class from any book. Next one is drift velocity. We will study about drift velocity. We know all about current. What is current? Rate of flow of charge, formula, and current is a scalar quantity. Unit dimension all you know. One more term, that is drift velocity. This is very important. This can be called as a long type question. It is denoted by Vd. So this can be asked as a long question. So drift velocity, what it means? Drift velocity can be defined as, what can it be defined as? It can be defined as the velocity, the average velocity of electrons, the average velocity of electrons in a conductor opposite to electric field, applied electric field, or opposite to electric field. When connected with a battery. If there is a conductor and if you are connecting the conductor with the battery, this is a conductor, you are connecting with a battery, then the electrons will flow inside the conductor. With what velocity that electrons are flowing inside the conductor, if we will take the average of them, that is called as drift velocity. So drift velocity, if there is a conductor A, if you are connecting with a potential V, then electric field will set inside the conductor and the electrons will flow in this direction. With what velocity all the electrons are flowing, that is called as the drift velocity. Electric field will be in this direction, from positive towards the negative, from positive terminal to negative terminal. Electric field is from here to this end and the drift velocity will be in this direction, opposite to the electric field. Just write the definition and I will explain what is really happening, how the drift velocity is coming. Don't write these things, just remember, and if you want to make a note, just make a rough note how the drift velocity comes. You know the definition, then will come. If there is no electric field, when there is no electric field, then what is happening inside a conductor? We are not supplying any electric field, simply a conductor is there. Suppose this is a piece of rod. Whether the electrons are free or freely moving or they are at rest. What is happening at room temperature? Normally at room temperature, the electrons, every electrons inside the conductor, there are millions of electrons. In this conductor, there are millions of electrons. All the electrons, they are moving randomly at room temperature. Conductor, which are the charge carriers? Free electrons. Free electrons are the charge carriers. Free electrons are the charge carriers inside the conductor. So all the free electrons, they are moving with a random velocity. They are moving with a random velocity. What it means? Because they are getting energy, thermal energy. Which energy? Thermal energy. You are keeping this conductor at room temperature. All the electrons, they are moving in randomly. They collide with other atom as well as the atoms of electrons of other atom. So the net current by net velocity equals to 0. Therefore the net velocity is 0. Why it is 0? Because all the electrons inside the conductor, they are moving randomly. Let us consider any electron. Any electron, it will collide with another positive charge, and it will collide and it will come to the same position. It is colliding with other charges or with the positive ions. So as a result, the net current equals to 0 and the net displacement of the electron is also 0. The electron started from here, this position. It will collide with this atom, and finally it will come to here. Therefore, the average velocity equals to 0 for one electron. If we will take the velocity of all the electrons in the starting point without applying any potential, I am telling a story without applying any potential. Otherwise, what will happen? If electrons will have certain velocity at room temperature, then what will happen? If you will touch any piece of rod, then you will get electric current or you will get electric shock. अब छूते हैं तो आपको क्या लगेगा? झटका लगेगा पकड़ने से. मान लो ये आयरन का एक रॉड है, पड़ा हुआ है. If you touch it, then you will get shock. You are not getting like that because the charge, they are moving inside the conductor, but they will come to the same position. Where they started, it will collide and it will come to the same position. Therefore, on an average, the velocity of the electrons is 0. In the initial state, the average velocity of electrons is 0. When you will apply electric field? Suppose we are connecting with a battery. Then what will happen? if we connect with a battery potential V, then electric field will be set inside the conductor. इधर से क्या आ जाएगा? Electric field will come. What will come? Electric field will come. Then what will happen? You know, in electrostatic, we know that the electric field inside the conductor is zero. There is a question. आपको ये सवाल आता होगा दिमाग में कि कंडक्टर के बीच में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कितना होता है? जीरो होता है. So how it will be there? How electric field is set inside the conductor? That is also one concept, simple concept. How what we have studied in electrostatic. If there is a conductor and you are applying external electric field, then the charges, it will attract the negative charges. Electric field attracts which charges? Negative charges. So it will get or it will exert a force on negative charges. So all negative charges will come to this position and all positive charge will come to this end. So there will be electric field in the opposite direction to the external electric field, E internal. So E external equals to E internal. Therefore net electric field zero. Where in electrostatic we have studied, but here what is happening? Actually this phenomenon is not happening here. इधर जो हो रहा है इधर नहीं हो रहा है. Why? Because the charges are not accumulating at the ends. Here the charges are accumulating at the ends, but here the charges are not accumulating at the end. Electron इधर से आएगा तो इधर नहीं रुकता है. It will flow through the circuit. It is flowing like this circuit. So how electric field will be zero? The electric field will not be zero because the charge is in what? Motion. Charge इधर क्या कर रहा है? गति कर रहा है. It is not at rest. If it is at rest, then it will stay at the ends of the conductor. The net electric field will be zero. But it is not staying. It is moving. Therefore, the electric field is not zero inside the conductor. First, remove that concept from your mind that electric field is zero. It is zero when if you are applying static electric field for an isolated system. It is isolated, totally isolated. Then you are applying electric field. Then it will be zero, but here it is not zero. Then I am talking about the drift velocity. How the drift velocity come? If the conductor is there and you are applying a potential of V, electric field will be in this direction. So what will happen? Electric field will attract or give a or will exert a force on the electron. So what will happen? If the electron started from here, it collide with the positive charge, but in the presence of electric field it will not come here. It is attracted by the electric field, so it will come to a new position. That is position number 2. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो इलेक्ट्रॉन जो भाग रहा था फिर से वही पर आ जाता था. इधर नहीं आएगा. इधर कहाँ जाएगा? आगे, थोड़ा आगे आ जाएगा. Because of what? Electric field. Because of this electric field. एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के वजह से वो इधर नहीं रुकेगा, थोड़ा आगे खींचता हुआ चलाएगा. जब थोड़ा आगे आ जाएगा, there is a displacement. This is the displacement. Because of this displacement, you will get a velocity. That velocity is known to be drift velocity. So I am repeating again. If without presence of electric field, the electron will move inside freely, randomly, it will collide with other atoms, it will come to the same position again. Therefore, net displacement is zero, net velocity is zero, initial. But when you are applying electric field, what will happen? The electron will collide again, but it will not come to the same position. It will come little forward. So electric field is in this direction and the electron will come to in this direction. So because of this displacement, this velocity comes. That is the concept how the drift velocity comes. Don't write all these things. If you want, you can write and you can make a rough note, but don't write in the fair note. So what will write now? You have written the definition of drift velocity. Now just write what. Let us consider what. Let us consider a conductor. There are n number of electrons. We are supplying it connected to a potential difference of V. L be the length of the conductor, E the electric field, and Vd is the drift velocity of the electron. Just write in what? In your content. After writing the definition, just write there is a conductor, there are a number of electrons, it is connected to a battery of potential V, L be the length of the conductor, E the electric field, L also write A, area of cross section. Area of cross section of conductor is A. L is the length of the conductor. V is the potential difference across the conductor. After that we know all the electrons. After that write all the electrons, they are moving randomly at room temperature. At room temperature all the electrons are moving randomly. So on an average the velocity is 0. The initial velocity is 0. So on an average u is the initial velocity. The u average equals to how much? 0. On an average the initial velocity of all the electrons is 0. You can write that is equals to what? U1 first electron velocity, U2 up to Un divided by m. You can write this one because this is how you are getting average velocity. Summation of the velocity of all the electrons divided by the number of electrons, that is the average velocity. Now we'll calculate the acceleration of the electrons. The electrons are accelerating inside the conductor, then we'll calculate the acceleration. So we first will know the force, then you can write the force acting on electron. The force acting on the electron, F equals to how much? Q into E. We know from electrostatic the force on a charged body equals to Q into E. Because of this electron, as electron is moving, you can write minus E into E. This take equation number 1. Why you are taking minus sign? This negative sign represents that this force and electric field are opposite in direction. Electric field will be in this direction and force will be in this direction, opposite direction. Therefore we are taking the negative sign. You can take the negative sign. After that, you know, force equals to mass into acceleration. So how much acceleration it will be? A equals to F by m, force by acceleration. So how much? Force equals to minus E by m. This is the acceleration of the electron. This is equation number 2. Acceleration of the electron. Then just write down clearly. After that, if V1, V2, Vn are the final velocity of the electrons, write down if V1, V2, Vn are the final velocity of the electrons, then we can write using equation of motion. Using equation of motion, V equals to U plus AT 1 per first electron. Then we can write the final velocity of the electrons of first electron, V equals to, using equation of motion, V equals to U plus A T1. You just write your own way. Then how much it will be? V2 similarly U1 and U2 plus A T2. Write down Vn equals to Un plus A Tn. So the average velocity of all these things, V average equals to V1 plus V2 up to Vn divided by n. Replace just V1 with the formula. How much it will be? U1. I'm just separating the terms. U1, U2, U1 to one side and all these to other side. So U1 plus U2 up to UN divided by N plus A into T1 plus T2 up to Tn by N. I am just putting the value of V1 here, substituting the value of V1 from this equation and separating the terms U1, U2 to one side and others to another side. So how much it will be? This V average is called as what? Drift velocity. The average velocity of all electrons is known to be what? Drift velocity. Then how much it will be? This is, you know, in an average in the starting case you have written this is equals to how much? 0. And again put the value of acceleration here. So how much it will be? This equation, how much it will be? It can be written as Vd equals to 0 plus E by m into tau. This is tau. I am writing tau, where tau equals to T1 plus T2 up to Tn by n. That is average relaxation time. Average relaxation time. Relaxation time. What is the relaxation time? When the electron collide, we know that inside the conductor, the electron collide with the other atom. So if the electron started down here, it collide with positive charge. Again here, one more positive charge. So the time taken between the two collision, successive collision, that is called as relaxation time. You can, after this you can just note down it. Not here. After the derivation of velocity, you can make a note. What is relaxation time? Relaxation time is defined as the time taken by the electron for two successive collision. दो सक्सेसिव कोलिजन में जितना टाइम ले रहा है, इधर से इधर जितना टाइम ले रहा है टू सक्सेसिव कोलिजन में, that is called tau or relaxation time. For one electron, that is T1. For on an average, this is the average relaxation time. For all electrons, this will be T1 plus T2 by n. That is I am denoting as T. Tau equals to average relaxation time. Remember all these formulas. Then after that, what will the formula? Vd equals to how much? So final formula, Vd will be how much? Minus E by m into tau. This is the formula of drift velocity. E by m. This negative sign indicates that the drift velocity and the electric field are opposite in direction. So you know, if there is a conductor की length कितना था L and electric field was E and potential was V between the ends. So you know the relation between electric field and potential. What is the relation between electric field and potential? Remember, in electrostatic you have studied what E equals to dV by dr. I am just writing V by L. Length of the conductor is L and potential across this is V. So V divided by the difference or distance between the two ends of the conductor, that is L. So if you put the formula here, there was a negative sign. So if we put this formula here, then Vd will be how much? EB ml tau. Remember this formula, EB ml tau. Why this negative sign is removed? Because potential is a scalar quantity. Which quantity? Potential is a scalar quantity. Here you can write V equals to potential. V is the potential of the across the conductor. V is the potential difference across the conductor. पहले हम लोग लिख चुके हैं, तो इसको इधर लिखना नहीं है. Your wish, don't write here this potential. We have already written. Understanding. So this is the two important formula of drift velocity. They will ask. This is a long type questions also. Derive the expression for drift velocity. You can derive like this. First, what we did? First, we have taken the average velocity equals to 0. Then we took the acceleration. Then final velocity. Then Vd equals to this much. Now there is one more question, 3 mark questions also. They will ask some numericals. That is main thing. What is that? Is the next heading you should give the relation between drift velocity and current. That is very important. So remember these two formulas. These two formulas are very important. I am just writing here. Vd equals to one formula, E by m tau. One more formula, Vt equals to Eb by ml tau. One more things, that is the relation between current and electric field. Write down relation between current and drift velocity. This is very important. 3 mark questions. What is the relation between current and drift velocity? Current और drift velocity के बीच में क्या relation है? We will derive the term. The same figure, we know there is a conductor and let us consider there how much current. I is the current through this conductor. E is the electric field, length of the conductor. A equals to area of cross section, and B is the potential you are applying. You are applying potential B. L is the length of the conductor, E is the electric field, A equals to area of the conductor, area of cross section of the conductor. So if let us consider N is the number of electrons per unit volume. Remember, let us consider, I am considering that there are n number of electrons. How much electrons? N number of electrons per unit volume of the conductor. Conductor, if it is conductor and its unit volume consisting of n number of electrons. How much electrons? N number of electrons. कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन है? n नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. कहां पर? पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम में. टोटल कंडक्टर, आई एम नॉट टेकिंग टोटल. You should remember this, and this is very important. In numericals also you will forget. You will remember n as the total number. It's not the total number. It's the number of electrons per unit volume. Per unit volume में इतना इलेक्ट्रॉन है. Then the total number of electrons or charge inside the conductor. तो पूरे कंडक्टर में कितना चार्ज रहेगा? अगर पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम में इतना चार्ज है और इतना इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, तो हाउ मच इलेक्ट्रॉन्स विल बी इनसाइड द टोटल कंडक्टर थ्रू आउट द होल कंडक्टर? n into total volume. n into total volume. Total charge I am taking, or total charge. Then Q equals to, you know, Q equals to total charge equals to number of electrons into E, n into E. So how much n? N will be how much? If the price of 1 pen is how much? 5 rupees, then the price of 10 pen is 50 rupees. 5 into 10. Similarly, per unit volume of this conductor consisting of n number of electrons. So as a whole total conductor, how much electron it will be there? N into total volume. N into total volume. So volume is how much? Total volume of this conductor. How much? N into total volume. Volume of this conductor. Area of cross section into length. So A into L. Area of cross section into length of the conductor. That is equals to the total charge. This is the total number of electrons. And this is the charge of one electron. Then the total charge equals to this one. Why I am taking A into L? This is the total volume. and n is the number of electrons per unit volume. I am repeating so that you can remember. N is the number of electrons per unit volume. This is the total volume. This is equals to the total number of electrons, and into E will give you the total charge. Then the current. How much current will be there? Current equals to how much? Just write down this thing. Then current will be how much through the conductor. Current equals to formula. Current I will be how much? I equals to Q upon T. Then Q, write the formula here. N A L E T. So if that is the conductor and L is the length of the conductor and the electrons are moving with what velocity? Drift velocity. You know the electrons are moving with what velocity? Drift velocity. Then how much VT formula? What is the formula? Velocity. Drift velocity, that is length upon time. If one electron takes time t to cross the conductor from this point to this point, that is t, then the drift velocity Vt will be how much? L upon t. Length by t or distance, that is L distance covered by time period. So L upon t can be written as the drift velocity. So I equals to NEAVD. This is the relation between current and drift velocity. This is very important relation. After that, just put the value of Vd here. So how much it will be? NEA. Write down the value of V. EV by ml into tau. So how much? NE square A tau by ml into V. What I am taking, just take the V to this side. So how much it will be? V equals to ml divided by NE square A tau into I. Just take the multiplication to this side. So V will be how much? V equals to I ml NE square A tau. So what happens if I am taking a conductor, keeping the length of the conductor constant, area of the conductor constant, and the temperature pressure also constant. We are keeping constant temperature, pressure, length and area of the conductor. Then what will happen? This term, total term, ml NEA tau, all are constant. So at constant temperature and pressure, m mass of electron, L length of the conductor, n for a given number of electrons per unit volume, a area, tau, relaxation time are constant. All are what? Constant. So constant will be mass of the conductor constant, E charge of electron constant, number of electron for a given conductor for the same material, number of electrons is also constant, relaxation time is also constant. So as a whole, this term will be a constant. Therefore, we can write V equals to I into R. Here comes, look at here, what it represents. This is famous Ohm's law, where I is what? R equals to how much? R equals to ml NE square A tau is a constant. Is a constant known as resistance. Known as resistance. This all the terms here, m mass of the electron is also constant, length of the conductor is also constant, n is also constant, charge of electron is also constant, area of cross section is also constant, this relaxation time is also constant. So as a whole, this term total becomes as a constant, that is going to be resistance. So V equals to I into R, the very famous Ohm's law. In the next class, we are going to study why we are keeping temperature, pressure and the dimension of the conductor constant. आप क्यों टेम्परेचर प्रेशर कांस्टेंट रखे हो? नहीं रखे तो क्या होगा उसमें, क्या वेरिएशन आएगा उसमें? हम नहीं रखेंगे तो ये जो रेजिस्टेंस है ये वेरी करेगा. हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द वेरिएशन ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस. So today you just remember, you just write all the formula what we have studied. We have studied the current step by step. Just make a note whatever I taught you, drift velocity, then take the figure, draw the figure. After that just write the derivation in a proper way. Take necessary pause wherever you need. पॉज ले सकते हो, बार बार सुनो क्या मैं बोल रहा हूँ, उसको अच्छे से समझने की कोशिश करो और एक पेपर में लिखो. पहले एक रफ नोट बनाओ, उसके बाद फेयर में लिखना. फर्स्ट मेक ए रफ नोट, देन राइट इन योर फेयर नोट. ऑल द फॉर्मूला, ऑल द कॉन्सेप्ट, whatever I taught you, these are also helpful you not only for your board exam but also it is going to help you for preparing NEET also and JEE also. All these things they are studying, not more than that, this much only. So thanks and thank you for watching.